Well, let's go ahead and move on now. Get out of the matchups. We'll finish the rest of them tomorrow and talk about who we really like in week number 13.
Starts of the week.
Now, Mike, you're starting with Austin Davis. Is that correct?
Correct. Austin Davis.
Oh, man.
My start of the week.
Quick, correct that before somebody before their podcast ends. All right, so Mike, let's start with you though. Let's start at the quarterback position. Who is your start of the week? I've seen this name on your own fantasy roster.
I'm going. Yeah, it's so to start the week.
It's Tanny.
So full disclosure, I was Ryan Tannehill was my stream of the week. I absolutely still believe in Ryan Tannehill. I think he's a great option this week. I just when I broke down all the matchups, I saw Jay Cutler available on the wire, and he is my start of the week for this reason. We think the San Francisco defense, we saw him last week at home, hold the Arizona Cardinals kind of in check, because the San Francisco defense, they give up about 16 points at home. On the road, they give up 35 points.
Wow.
To opposing offenses, and the Bears, I think, will have no problem getting a solid amount of points. And if you need a ceiling, Jay Cutler, it depends on if the touchdowns go to the running back, but there's going to be points scored for the Bears. I expect at least 3 touchdowns for Chicago, with a great chance that they end up going to Cutler. Alshon Jeffrey is finally healthy.
Yes.
And that is a completely different passing offense with Alshon Jeffrey. So I love Jay Cutler this week.
And I love Alshon Jeffrey this week. I'll say mine really quick because I just talked about him. Ryan Fitzpatrick is mine. We try to pick guys here that are, even though it's the start of the week, that are, not owned everywhere, that you could grab off the waivers, or you've already got him, sitting on your bench and you're hesitant. Ryan Fitzpatrick should be safe this week. I think he's got, a baseline of over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm not afraid of him. So.
Yeah, and I went with my stream of the week as well. Fitzpatrick was yours. I went with Alex Smith again as the start of the week. I like his potential here. The Raiders are 24th against the pass. Alex Smith had a big week, and we've talked, if you go back and you listen to the show on Tuesday, you heard why Alex Smith is running with more intentional, drawn-up run plays, so he's giving you a baseline there, and I just think that he has a lot of upside this week, and it should be pretty safe for you. So at the running back position, I'm going to start this off. I went with Gio Bernard.
Giovani.
I think the matchup, big play potential against Cleveland. They've given up 130-plus yards to the running back position in 60% of their games. I think he's an RB2 very safely with RB1 upside. I know Jeremy Hill is ascending. I know the potential for Jeremy Hill is there if they get way ahead and they just start running out the clock. But I'm going to count on a big play from Gio Bernard, and he's played so well all year long. I don't want to forget him, and I think he's a worthy start this week.
Not bad. And I am going with it was hotly debated over our chat system last night. I'm going with C.J. Anderson of the Broncos. He is healthy. He's got B.O. under center. Do you guys know that B.O.?
That's not a great initial. That stinks.
Oh!
Brock Osweiler.
Thank you. So Osweiler's under center. We have seen that the offense, this is a completely different offense than they were running the first 3 quarters of the season. The last 2 games, Brock Osweiler is literally under center, taking the snaps. It has improved the running game for both Ronnie Hillman and C.J. Anderson. And the matchup is with the San Diego Chargers, who give up 100 yards essentially every single week. Let me pull up the exact amount here as we are discussing.
You made good points last night, and when we looked at the breakdowns between C.J. Anderson's start and finish in terms of yards per carry, it's been almost like 2 different players. The one point that I would make against C.J. Anderson was the fact that Hillman had 72 carries in the last 5 games, and C.J. Anderson had 50, but he's been playing great. 7-point-something a carry last game with the 48-yard touchdown to end the game.
And my problem with that is last 5 games. Brock Osweiler's only started 2 games, and the offense is completely different. And like I was saying, so 8 times on the year, the Chargers have given up over 100 yards to the running back. It's just a delicious matchup, and I do think that C.J. Anderson is back.
All right, Jason, who's your running back start of the week?
My running back start of the week is David. Oh, my gosh. I almost didn't even
What
sing
did you
it.
just do?
I didn't sing it. No, I stopped. All right. My running back start of the week is David Johnson.
He can't not finish that up.
I can't not finish that up. But here's the thing. David Johnson, a lot of people just went out. They spent a lot of money. They grabbed him. Now they've got him on their team, and they don't know what to do. Do I start him? Do I not? We don't know. Well, let me tell you, start him. And here's why. The Rams, the vaunted, awesome Rams defense, last week, they gave up 106 yards. The week before, 96, so almost 100. The week before, 129. The week before, 120. What? They're giving up 100 yards every week to the running back. So, now, I'm not saying that David Johnson is going to go for 100, but he has 6 touchdowns on the year as the third-string running back. Now you've got Chris Johnson out of the way, Andre Ellington out of the way, a high-power offense. David Johnson could finish as the number 1 running back this week. I'm not saying he will, but he is a guy that should be in the roster.
I see a parallel between David Johnson and Carlos Williams. I mean, if Carlos Williams was the guy behind in Buffalo, can catch some passes, has a nose for the end zone, very similar situation to me.
Yeah, so if you got him, start him.
All right, I'm going to go with Martavis Bryant as my wide receiver start of the week.
And I love it.
At home against Indianapolis. When Indy travels, they give it up, and they give it up to the wide receiver. Huge games yardage-wise to the wide receiver when they've gone on the road. And, Martavis Bryant, you can't hold him down. You really can't. I expect big plays from him, so I feel extremely confident starting Martavis Bryant. I feel like because of his name and because of the fact he's probably started in a lot of leagues, I want to give you some context for that pick. I'm going to start Martavis Bryant over Larry Fitzgerald if I had to face those two this week. Ooh. I'm going to start him over Allen Robinson. Ooh. I'm going to start him over Jarvis Landry. I'm going to start him over Mike Evans. Okay, so I want some context there because those are the decisions you're actually making. I like him a lot. I have him, around the 8 to 10 range with big upside if he can get a couple touchdowns. If he can just grab a couple.
Yeah, well, that's what he does.
All right, Mike, who do you got? Because yours is bold, man.
Mine is a bit bold. I'm on a little bit of a ledge here. I'm going with DeVante Parker. Rashard Matthews is going to be out with those ribs. Parker got 10 targets last week. Now, a lot of that was ketchup/garbage, whatever you want to call it, because of the
mustard,
game flow.
relish.
Yeah, you're right that relish is garbage. So thank you for
I'm
pointing that out for me.
Ketchup and
so because of the game flow, I understand that. But he's going to get a chance. He was a highly, highly touted rookie coming out into the draft.
You have him at that 2-3. You have him right in that 2-3 range. That's pretty high for a guy. I mean, that's bold.
And I understand that he is not proven. But the Baltimore pass defense, we saw it again with Travis Benjamin last week. It just big plays happen against the Baltimore Ravens, and they happen weekly. I look for Parker to be that guy who can stretch the field. Landry is a perfect underneath guy. Landry is not a big play down the field guy. That's going to be up to Parker. So I have confidence that at least one is going to happen this week.
I love it. That is bold, but I really like it. I'm so excited for the Dolphins game this week. For me, my start of the week is coming off of an injury, so people might be a little bit hesitant, but it's Danny Amendola. He is, to me, a borderline wide receiver 1.
What are you chuckling about?
I don't know. I feel like it was like a poem he was starting. He is to me.
Danny Amendola.
I've got him ranked 14. So here's the thing.
He is to me a swollen knee.
In the 4 games without Dion Lewis, here's the receptions, not the targets, the receptions. 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Ascension.
Yeah, but Jason, my league gives negative points for receptions.
What? Oh, well then don't start Danny Amendola. But Jason, aren't they facing the Eagles and they've got a good pass defense?
Nope.
No.
No,
they don't.
I think even the public opinion understands that the Eagles are not a good defense
Well, the first half of the year, they were so
half.
good. Here's what they've done the last 4 weeks. Just to wide receivers, okay? This is
3,200 yards. No.
Yeah. In the last 4 weeks, they have given up 11 touchdowns to wide receivers only. What? They're giving up 4, 3, 3 every week. And now Tom Brady's there. He's going to be throwing touchdowns. He doesn't have Gronkopotamus. You are going to see Danny Amendola, and I even think Brandon LaFell get in the end zone, score, and have great weeks. So,
all right, I agree. All right, we're going on to the tight end.
Yeah, let's finish this.
Hey, tight end start of the week. E-I-E-I-O. Vance McDonald's farm, all right? Listen up. You want to come over to Vance McDonald's farm? Here's what you're going to get.
It's sustainable.
It is sustainable.
It's earth-friendly and sustainable.
It is sustainable. Listen, I have racked my brain all week to replace Gronkowski, and I'm hating that I have to do that. It stinks. In my league, I had choices of Kyle Rudolph, okay? You know, you got your Zach Miller. Who else do we have? Luke Wilson as an option. Scott Chandler. Listen, Vance McDonald has a unique situation. He's not an otherworldly talent, but he's very athletic. 2 weeks ago, 465 and a touchdown. Last week, 671 and a touchdown. Well, what changed? Why is Vance McDonald on the map? Couple different things. One, Vernon Davis, gone. Traded away. So Vance McDonald moves up the charts. Blaine Gabbert comes in and starts throwing to the tight end. Blaine Gabbert's thrown 4 touchdowns as a quarterback. All of them have gone to the tight end position. 2 to Vance McDonald, 2 to Garrett Selleck. Garrett Selleck is out now. So Vance McDonald has the ability to come in to that situation and have a baseline of catches. I'm not guaranteeing touchdowns from him every week, but if I can get 5 or 6, 7 with a potential for the touchdown, like Mike said in the beginning, the 49ers are not going to get shut out. Okay, they're probably not going to get shut out by the Bears. I'm hoping it goes to Vance McDonald. I'm starting him this week. I'm going to put him out there.
I'm hoping you're wrong because you are playing him against me. I'm not as confident as you are. However, that being said, you are the one who has personally done so much research on tight ends because you have a horse in the race and you're on him and you normally get those things right. So I got no problem with that. My tight end start of the week is Julius Thomas.
I see what you did
No,
there.
no, I'm kidding. Even though he was. My tight end start of the week is going to be Antonio Gates. But Jason, he's one of the best tight ends in the league. Why are you picking Antonio Gates? Isn't that obvious?
I don't like the voice of public opinion.
Yeah, sorry.
I think it's delightful.
Antonio Gates goes up against Denver. Everybody knows Denver is the best defense in the league. They shut the world down. But you want to know what they really shut down? They shut down the wide receiver position. San Diego is coming in, and San Diego throws a higher percentage than almost any team in the league. So they're going to be throwing the ball. But they're not going to be able to throw the ball to the wide receiver because the DBs that Denver has are just too good. So it's got to go Antonio Gates' way. And so
it's got to go underneath a little bit more.
Yeah, it's going to have to go to that tight end position. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think you're fine starting Antonio
Gates. So this is a
Gates.
confidence boost start.
Exactly.
This is saying, hey, just roll him out there. You'll be all right.
You'll be all right. He might not have the biggest game ever, but he's going to be fine.
He probably won't have the biggest game ever.
True.
All right.
And my tight end start of the week is a combo with Jason of Julius Thomas. It's Allen Hurns is out. There is a void in the Jacksonville offense that needs to be filled. And we saw that Julius Thomas, he is capable of doing it. 9 catches, 116 yards. Tennessee is not that great against the tight end. What's funny about that game is Jacksonville versus Tennessee are both horrific tight end defenses. So it could just be the battle of the tight ends.
Delaney Walker and
Orange Julius Thomas, or
Yep.
what do they call it?
Brown Julius.
Teal Julius, something like that. Because he's not orange anymore.
Yeah.
He's not on the Broncos.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Green Julius.
There you go.
Power green smoothie Julius Thomas.
Golden Julius.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
Golden Julius.
There you go.
So I like Thomas to step up for this matchup.
All right, that does it for the starts of the week and the matchups. Thanks for hanging out with us. A little longer show today. Send your complaints to our complaint department
At
1234 Street.
Oh. 1234 Fake Street.
Yeah. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have Daily Dose, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Drop some DFS knowledge on you, see if you can win some money this week. And we will have the rest of our fantasy forecast and some other fun stuff to round out the week. So, guys, any parting words, any thoughts?
Not for today. Not for today.
Vance McDonald. I'm putting it out there. I'm hanging my hat on Vance.
Eco-friendly Vance McDonald.
All righty, see ya.
Goodbye.
Thank you for listening to another edition of the Fantasy Footballers Podcast. Don't forget to visit us on the web at www.thefantasyfootballers.com and follow us on Twitter @TheFFBallers.